Hey guys, here I am about ready to leave Boston. I actually thought my flight was at 5 p.m., but my flight gets home at 5 p.m. So some of the stuff I was going to do this morning canceled. But that's okay. I am really glad to go home on it. Honestly, I'm just, it's a long couple of days when you do stuff like this. So my husband is currently spending Father's Day with the kids, so that's good, but, not me. So I'm sure he'll be glad to have me home as well. So more exciting news. Somebody local in St. Louis asked if I wanted to come talk at one of her, government type classes, which is cool. I don't know exactly what they want me to talk about. We'll find out. God knows I can talk for the U.S., right? I am going to Uber to the airport. I called down and asked the desk if they had, airport transportation. They said no, and I waited, and then I waited. She said, "But we can get you a cab down here." I went, "Oh, okay." And so I'm gonna get an Uber because an Uber is like $20 and a cab will be like 60. Because Boston. Hi, Philip. We met this great British guy at the Hackathon. You would have loved him. So, we have natural me here, almost bare face and a t-shirt, which is what you're used to, so I'm sure you feel better. Use the, did I tell you guys about Mother Dirt? Everything is running together. So there's this company that, by the way, is not paying me anything to say this, has this interesting idea about... Well, okay, so apparently there's some bacteria on our skin that is actually missing. They found this tribe of people, might have been Venezuela, I don't recall, who, they were Aboriginal people. They actually never contacted anybody from, outside their tribe or whatever. And they still have this kind of bacteria on their skin. So, and they all have perfect skin. So they were intrigued, and they took oral and fecal and skin swabs. I don't know how these people got this Aboriginal tribe to get them, to get swabs from them, but I'm sure there was a lot of conversation about that. Wonder how they knew how to speak their language. Okay, these are probably questions for another day. Oh, thank you, Philip. I really appreciate it. And yes, my hair is wet and straggly, but there's a story behind the wet and straggly hair, actually. I was able to comb through that hair after I used the Mother Dirt shampoo and no conditioner, which was kind of cool. So anyway, they were giving out at the Hackathon samples of their product. And the only thing they ask you to do is just turn in this survey form. Apparently, because our hands are also screwed up, because they think removing all the good flora from our skin. So this Aboriginal tribe has this special bacteria. I'm not going to say I remember what it is, because I don't. But they have this bacteria that apparently is missing from ours, and it's in this mist that they have. So they want you to use the cleanser and that mist on your hands. No moisturizer, no hand lotion, no nothing. And do your regular, surgical scrub or whatever you do, okay? Hand washing, surgical scrub, whatever. So they'll ask you about, your hand washing habits and stuff. But, man, this is cool. So I decided, since my hands are not particularly screwed up, even though I scrub, I am going to try the face part. So I'm just going to use it on my face. And we'll see if, my face gets any better looking. It'll be hard to tell because, well, I'm gorgeous. But besides that, I have so many freckles and blemishes and junk that I doubt it'll be able to tell. But hey, I'll try. Also, they have a shampoo and this body mist. And apparently their chief scientist, whose name is David Whitaker, found all this stuff out, okay? And then went what they call in the company the full Dave. And has not showered in 15 years. He just uses this stuff and apparently does not stink. I saw people like standing next to him in pictures, so I'm assuming that this is somewhat true at the very least. So let's see. I'm not going to give up bathing, as evidenced by wet straggly hair. Hi, Lane. But anyway, I thought it would be neat to try. And the doc that I talked to, he's their chief medical officer. His name's Larry Weiss. He was super cool. He was an intensivist before intensivists existed, and they were still anesthesiologists that did medicine in the ICU. So he was a super, super knowledgeable doc. I really, really liked him a lot. And, I bet he could talk you into trying anything. So I'll try it. Not that they gave me much of a hard sell. I mean, I've been reading about their product, actually, and it looks like a really neat product. So I'm going to try it. So I'm going home a little earlier than expected by a few hours. I mean, Southwest Airlines expected me at 1 o'clock. However, I expected 5 o'clock. Apparently reading is, in fact, fundamental. Never got to talk to anybody from the Brigham, but they've been doing a whole lot of stuff because they're about to go on strike. So I don't expect them to, change their whole schedule for me. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Also, I've decided I need to move to Boston because I'd be, skinny in, 3 months. Because, they walk and walk and walk everywhere. And it's also a super cool town. I really think it would be pretty neat to do. Oh, Christine Harvey Pulaski, by the way, is my sister, guys. Good morning to you too, sister. I have some pretty crazy sisters. Oh, Jaleel and Joan. Wow, the whole gang's here. The gang's all here? Something to that effect. Okay. Ooh, I love it when I get little icons across my face. They fly around, apparently. So, yes, and now everybody's going to give me icons across my face. Nice. Great. Icon storm. It is icons to end all icons. All right. So, going to get my Uber to the airport. You guys are hysterical. God. All right. So the cleaning lady just came by to do the room. I told her I was checking out soon. She's like, oh, do you want me to do it now? I'm like, no, I'm good. You don't have to clean the room. I'm about to leave. So the Mother Dirt stuff, I'll keep you guys updated on that. Again, nobody paid me to talk about it. I just happen to kind of like the concept because I have often said that people who do not let their children get dirty have sicker children. They do. They have sicker children. Those are a whole bunch of little loves. That's cool. Likes, loves. Wow, guys. This is awesome. So I really liked it. They also had this other thing that was at the table next to us. So we brought cell phone chargers because, you bring stuff to attract people to your exhibition table. So we brought, actually Kelly thought up bringing a multi-port cell phone charger, and it was the SMYS juice bar. Okay, well, right next to us was a company whose name I cannot remember right now, who had these, they were discs, and they had an Android charger and an iPhone charger, the new gen iPhone, and they charged in stacks. They were like a stack of pancakes, and they are for hospital patients to use, or people in waiting rooms, or frankly anywhere, to use to charge their phones. So this is really cool, and I was like, man, who needs to buy that? The VFW needs to buy that for the VA in St. Louis. And apparently the charger does not actually work unless you keep it inside the building. So, it's not like it'd be stolen. You just put a freaking sign up that says, okay, dude, this charger will not work if you leave the building. And then they should, I don't know. I thought it was a really cool idea. I saw a lot of things that were cool ideas. Walden University was there, and yeah, they're always great, the Walden folks. I had a really neat experience talking to the Dean of Northeastern University for a few minutes. She's a really busy lady, but she took a couple of minutes to talk to me, which was neat. I also talked to this gentleman, Mr. Orbis, I believe, who's doing the online you know, the distance learning stuff for the nursing program with Northeastern and maybe other programs too, but not sure. He was really fascinating and was talking to me about their difficulty in actually teaching enough nurses. And I told him about the difficulty of becoming an educator because, you know, you don't make any money. And he says, oh no, you know, now with distance learning and not having to do this stuff in the classrooms and all this, you know, didactic and practical and whatever stuff he was saying, that, you know, they can pay more. But I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen that in any distance learning programs. If anybody wants to chime in on that, please do. But, you know, I haven't seen any nursing instructors telling me that they all of a sudden got a big raise because they, I don't know, teach from their house. So obviously, you guys can just let me know about that. All right, so next thing, I'm not even sure what it is. I know that we're probably doing something in Illinois in July. So maybe Jaleel or Kelly or somebody can weigh in on that because I don't remember, as usual. You know, squirrel. Had a really good time at the Hackathon, and I'm really grateful that they let me present there because it's going to give me an opportunity to make the presentation better. And besides that, I really believed in what they were doing, so I really liked going. Loved hearing all the great ideas, great nurse innovators. It was awesome. Oh, there's Story. Story kept me together for like this entire thing. She was like, no, you're taking the train. No, we have to get off at this stop. No, don't eat that. No, she never said that. Got to hang with her kids. It was fun. It was all around. It was a great trip. I really enjoyed being in the company I was in and having such good high-level conversations and not worrying too much about what anyone thought, because I really felt like our organization and our ideas are good. Folks, I mean, you're great. You do a great job. You have done a lot of things. No problem, girl. Woohoo! You have done a lot of things that are really important for nursing, and I'm really proud of you. Oh, there's Maricela. Maricela was also at the Hackathon, and she is such an awesome person, by the way, and super smart and super articulate. So, Maricela, she's awesome, and she is also our New Jersey state ambassador. So, you know, very, very involved in nursing, obviously. Boy, there's a lot of people here. Hi, everybody. Anybody have any questions for me? Because I'll be here. I know you're about 2 minutes behind me usually, so we'll see if any of those come up. You know, Lane, I hope they are going to get better. I am really going to put in some work on the presentation thing. Truly, I mean, I put in some work on it, but I was really, really busy being, like, terrified. So I didn't put in as much work as I might have. But I tried to get the basics out there. Am I coming back to Boston for the next hackathon? Well, if they invite me, I will certainly come back. I really enjoyed the whole process. It was a lot of fun, and the people you get to meet are just super cool. Hi, Melissa. Yeah, if I'm invited, I will certainly come back to Boston. It would be great. Oh, man, it's just unbelievable, like, all the terrific ideas that nurses have. You know, I realized that I talked about somebody's idea the other day, and I'm not sure if I'm supposed to do that, like, on the internet. Hi, Liza. So I'm not going to, like, be specific about ideas, but it was really cool. There's, oh, thanks, Robert. Thanks, Rob. Rob's my cousin, guys. So anyway, we're, you know, I think I just had a stroke again. Oh, people you meet, things you get to do, great ideas. There are super ideas, actually, that were so mind-blowing. I mean, I think part of nursing and, medicine in general, innovation in general, is that as we get new technology, we are able to further innovate. We are able to do things that just simply weren't possible 3 or 5 years ago. And also, I think we have gaps in technology. We have the technology for things, and we don't apply them to things in medicine because we've always done it this way. I hate those words. We've always done it this way. Well, maybe that's why you should stop doing it this way, because it doesn't work. I really feel like we sometimes get bogged down with no technology, not using the new technology in healthcare. And a lot of that is because certainly you want to make sure new stuff is safe for your patients. But if it managed to get past, I don't know, things like the FDA and, people who, I think FDA does medical equipment and whatever as well. I mean, where I work, we have RF ablation, which is basically like radio frequency ablation for cardiac procedures, but we don't have cryoablation yet, while everybody in the area has cryoablation and we don't. And it's part of that is working for the government, but part of it is also fear. It is, well, if we add this and somebody gets hurt, are we going to get sued? Or just simply, what if we add this and somebody gets hurt? Let's get more studies, let's get more information, let's let other people do it for longer. And I think we miss out on huge opportunities to apply these things to our patients who need them right now. My example for that is when I was working at Children's Hospital. There was a brand new device called, all PICU nurses will know it now, the Berlin heart, which was essentially, I think it was like a BiVAD, might have been a total heart for little kids. And we had a little kid whose mom I still talk to, who had 2 of 3 procedures for his hypoplastic left heart. And he died waiting for a heart transplant. And then, and the surgeon actually was begging the FDA to let us, use this on him. And they were stalling and whatever and wouldn't let him do it. In the meantime, Children's Hospital Philadelphia had actually used it successfully on another child. And then the very next week, we had another child who was quite ill, whose heart had completely crapped out. And we were able to use the Berlin heart after some very heated conversations with the FDA and the surgeon. We were able to use the Berlin heart on this child, and this child is alive right now. I mean, today, and that was like 13 years ago. So innovation in healthcare is way more important than innovation in makeup, and it's way more important than innovation in, cars. Though some of those things actually lead to innovation in healthcare, so don't count that out. We need to be quicker to apply technology to our stuff. Does that mean you shouldn't still turn your patients every 2 hours like the nursing sisters were doing in the 1800s? No, you should still do that because that's what works. I mean, sometimes the low technology, solution is the answer. But sometimes you have to be, to get outside the box and look at all these new things and say, how can I apply this to patient care? How can I apply this to patient safety? How can I make things better for other humans with this piece of technology? I think it's great. I do. One of the people was reading a study talking about how the average nurse only participates in a code once every 5 years. I was in total shock because I've always worked critical care. But yeah, the average nurse only participates in a code once every 5 years, and they were talking about basically ways to, train better so when that code actually happens, that they're able to, remember all of the algorithms for ACLS and things like that. And I found it really awesome. Actually, it was a neat idea. And there were actually 2 people who had very similar ideas. Not similar, they were 2 different approaches, but they were able to put them together and kind of do it all at once. And it was, wow, it was neat. So I was really impressed by all these people. No, I'm not easily impressed. Don't even say that. I'm impressed by you guys, but that wasn't easy. So invite your friends, Jaleel. Oh, really? You can invite your friends? I didn't even know that. Cool. Yeah, all I do is get on here and babble at the internet, and sometimes people watch it. So, anyway, we have, we have all these things coming up, the patient safety walks. If you have not yet made your classy fundraising page for our virtual walk for patient safety on Patient Safety Day, which is July 25th, 2016, please go ahead. Somebody post the link into chat. Please make your fundraising page, because this is super important. I'm still at the VA, Rob. So very important to do this, because it's going to allow us to do other events. Innovative ideas. This is Pat Kochik, and if I've butchered your name, please tell me. Innovative ideas often fall victim to willful blindness and self-interest of higher-ups. I agree with that to a point, but I also think that innovative ideas also fall victim to people who refuse to change on the user level. And we see that in nursing, right? You remember, I don't know if your hospital participated in this, but when you used to have 2, 3, 4 people, or 2, I'm kidding, basically sign off on your blood cultures, because you wanted to see if it actually, if basically 2 nurses making sure the procedure was sterile, the blood arrived in the vial, sterilely, would make, the skin flora positives less likely. And we actually found out that it did, because you thought about what you were doing more with another nurse standing next to you. Because there were constant contamination with flora. You need to meet my friend Steve, the head nurse at WashU. Guys, Code 3 guy does studies with the USDA. Oh, neat. Cool. So anyway, you see it at the level on like the floor too. It's not just, managers or administrators in any way. I mean, we do plenty of making sure that we don't do the new thing because they told us to as nurses. Admit it, you do. Okay, so, I was just going to go somewhere. But yeah, there are like cost saving measures that cause us not to go with the new technology. And that whole thing, and this can happen with administrators too and managers. We've always done it that way. We need to abolish that from our lexicon, okay? We need to completely abolish it. That is not helpful. How we've always done it is not innovative. There is no innovation involved with that, with how we've always done it, okay? So we shouldn't do that. So does anybody have a good innovative idea for the next hackathon? I understand there's going to be one in Ohio, I think at Ohio State. I don't know if I'm going to that one, but someone invited, I think, Kelly to one. So that's cool. Actually, we all got to meet all kinds of neat people. Everybody did. I'm surprised that, 10 people didn't get new jobs while we were there. Or maybe they did, and I just don't know about it because I don't hear these things. Not privy. Not one of the cool kids. It's okay. I'm used to it. Oh, Kara! Hi! My shoulder still hurts. Kara works with me, and she's awesome and super pretty. So, okay. Really excited about getting home. You are so the cool kid. You were always the cool kid, Christine. It's 11 o'clock, and I have to board my flight at 12:55. What time do you folks that are familiar with Boston think I should get an Uber? It's not multiple choice. You have to, give me an actual time. All right. What did we do yesterday? Oh, we ate at the same Italian restaurant on 2 days. Because basically it's awesome and it has enough tables. Leave now? Do I really need to leave now? I'm taking an Uber. I'm not getting on the train. it was called Antico Forno, and it was freaking awesome. I had a beautiful, lovely Alfredo prosciutto fettuccine, which was awesome, and then I had chicken. Oh, okay, so again, in this hotel, I keep losing my connection to the internet, so I am actually going to take off. It seems that some people believe that I should actually leave for the airport now. So I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll stream for you guys from the airport and we can chat about innovation stuff. If you guys have any more ideas or any questions about what we did at the hackathon or anything like that, you just let me know, because I'm dying to tell you. It's really a lot of fun. Now I'm going to go talk a guy downstairs, the valet folks, into coming to get my suitcase so I don't have to drag it. Have to get through security for plane. And we all know I'm a dangerous character, Donna. We know it. Danger. We also, we went to some other thing. It was like this open market thing. It was like Quincy Street or something. One of the docs I work with is actually from Boston. And he, knowing I'm deathly allergic to shellfish, sent me a text message yesterday or the day before about something about, like, don't forget to get your chowder, and I sent him a picture of Boston Chowda's sign, so I hope he enjoyed that. Recap for latecomers. Awesome hackathon, loved it. Innovation. If you get a good idea, protect your idea and do something with it. Quincy Market, that was it. Thanks, Patricia Ann. We also got to go to, what is the name of that place? The Gap. And I got a souvenir from Boston. You ready to see it? You want to see? Here we go. Okay, apparently I can't do this. Wait a minute. Let me flip the camera around. Fall Risk orange no-show socks. They actually are fall risk socks. They have, like, I don't know, some kind of gel thing on the bottom, but they are orange polka dots, so, you know, they're fall risk socks, and now all we have to do is get me a bracelet. Yes, because I am a fall risk. Yeah, I was really bad at that whole flipping the camera around while I was looking at it thing, so I'm just gonna use the function that Apple built into this phone to do that better. So I'll probably either stream from the airport or when I get home. Paul is at home all by himself on Father's Day with, well, you know, the kid, which is who he's supposed to be with, so that's okay. Also, I forgot to get my own kid a Boston souvenir, so I guess I'm going to have to pay a lot of money for that in the airport. You know, it could be worse. He's a pretty cute kid. Also, he acts like he's 25. And plays 3 instruments. So, we'll keep him. What, you don't want to hear me bragging about my kid? Too bad. That's how we roll here at Show Me Your Stethoscope. Thought they were red socks. Ha, ha, ha. Very nice. So, Red Sox? Do you know where I come from, dude? Yeah, I'm from Long Island, and I didn't like baseball then, and I don't like baseball now. So, I live in Cardinals country, and, you know, it's still lost on me. Okay. Okay, guys. Apparently, everybody wants me to leave, so I really enjoyed talking to all of you, or at you, sort of, because I wish you guys asked more questions. Start a pin collection for him. Oh, different cities, like a pin from each city? That doesn't sound like a bad idea, Patricia, actually. He's the kind of kid who would like that. He has a coin collection. He likes little collecty things, so that's actually a really good idea. And maybe it won't be $9,000 in the airport, but it probably will be, right? Yeah, I'll just make Rebecca get him one. How the hell are you? I am fabulous, Doris. How the hell are you? Okay, well, again, gonna go get the valet guy to drag my bag and get my Uber and head back to the Midwest, where people love to where people love to say hello to you all the time. Rebecca Love is actually originally from the Midwest, and she is so cute because she says hello to everybody on the street, and because she is so excited. Oh, I see, Donna. Yeah, that's a great idea. Because she does, she's just excited. Rebecca is like the most dynamic human being I've ever met in my life. She's like all over the place, and she says hello to everybody on the street, and the Boston natives appear to be quite disturbed. Just saying, by the really exciting hellos and how are you todays coming from Rebecca Love. Wouldn't have her any other way. Okay, well, I am out, and I will talk to you guys later, and happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Got to meet Jaleel's little girl, and there may be a kidnapping. I don't have any girls, as you will recall. All right, kids. Boston's awesome, Doris. Yeah, check out the rest of the stream. All right. Oh, guys, if you missed the other streams, I talked about the hotel and a couple of other things. And then there was this video of me like actually doing my talk, and they're all on the page. No, I gotta go, Doris. Apparently I'm going to be late to the airport, according to the Boston natives. So I will talk to you guys later. Mwah.